GraceFully Educated podcast. I'm your host, Carmela Carter, and this is the place where we blend faith, wisdom, and learning with grace. And I have the privilege of sitting with Miss Jasmin Hallback. Woo, let's give her some love. I am so honored to sit with you. I'm really grateful that you said yes.
I'm grateful you asked me to come
to this particular episode. I like to share with people how we met. So, we have a mutual friend. I know she don't mind us saying her name, Diane. Hey, Diane.
Hey, First Lady.
She had a women's conference, right? And we were both on a panel at the women's conference. And you did such a good job in sharing. And Diane was like, this lady is an educator. You got to meet her. And so that's how Jasmin and I met. And
we were in a room before.
We were together. In a room before? Go ahead, tell me.
This was, I guess, a couple years ago. They had the couples night at the dance class. And you were there with your husband. I was there with my husband, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But we didn't
introduce us. So we were in the same room together before.
Yeah. Yes. Wow, that was fun. We had fun at that
Learning a little
cha-cha. Yes, I still have videos of watching from that. We had a good time that night. But I'm happy that you and I got a chance to really officially meet offline and just really me understanding kind of what you do. So I'm excited for you to share your journey into education. So Jasmin, tell us how you got into education. How did it all start? So
well, I always wanted to be a teacher, honestly.
Okay.
From a young little girl, I used to play school with my brother, my cousins, and I was always the teacher. And I was like, you better sit down and learn and listen to me.
I used to play school too. That's why I'm cracking up.
So I always knew I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay.
In first grade, and I'm going to shout out Miss Kohat from Gregory Elementary School, my first grade teacher.
Trenton?
Yep.
Go Trenton. Okay.
And she was the first teacher that really made a huge impact on me. I still remember how just nurturing and loving and caring she was back then. Mm-hmm. And she went to Trenton State College. I went to the college in New Jersey. So I always wanted to be a teacher, and she definitely made an impact to kind of guide me towards that way. It wasn't like a straight and narrow path. It was like some bumps,
that's
bruises,
how life is,
some detours,
ups, downs,
around.
Yeah,
all of that. So that's how really I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. I went to TCNJ.
Okay.
I started off majoring in elementary education and sociology.
Okay.
As I said, a lot of detours. I ended up when I was having my son, who is 16 now. He's 16.
Okay.
Lord. I had stopped school, so I was out for many years.
Okay.
And when I ended up going back, I dropped my education major and just kept the sociology major. Mm-hmm. So at TCNJ, when you're an education major, you have to do a double major.
Okay.
So I just kept my sociology major so that I can complete my last credits and be done, basically.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to teach. I still worked with kids. I worked at the YMCA. I ended up getting a pre-K teaching job, first at Bright Horizons, and then I was at, before I stopped teaching at the center, I was at Kitty Academy. So I was a pre-K teacher. And then I was having my daughter, which she's 8 now. So this would have been 9 years ago.
Okay.
So I was about to have my daughter. And I kind of already knew I wanted to stay home with her.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew that once I had her, I wasn't going back to work. So I think I'm getting off the question now.
No, you're not. So, hey, this is a conversation.
So I stopped. So I went out on maternity leave, I think, in May.
Okay.
And I was due to come back in September. In August, I emailed my directors of the daycare and was like, I'm not coming back.
Wow.
And I already knew I wasn't, because over the summer I started getting my stuff and doing my paperwork to open up my own daycare.
I love that.
So that September, I opened up Blossom and Baby's Daycare from my home.
Wow.
and I started all the process. I had my initial inspection, and I remember the date because it's my best friend's birthday. I had that inspection December 20th, passed my inspection, and I was a registered home child care provider.
Wow.
Since what year is that? 2017. So December 20th, 2017.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love you were like ups and downs, but it's the ups and downs.
I mean, it was a lot more. I did the edited version, right? But yes.
Yeah, it's the ups and downs that create us to the beautiful people that we are today.
Yes.
Right?
For sure.
So it's every valley that you had to endure, it's every mountain that you had to climb, it's every dark path that you had to like find your way through that really creates who you are today and continue to create. So one of the valleys that I want to kind of talk about, since you brought it up, which is awesome, is how did you navigate the space where you had to drop out of college, because we don't know who's going to watch, right? And so someone may be feeling like, I dropped out of school and I don't want to go back, but then your story can say, no, this is why I had to go back. So that moment when you were like, you had to drop out, whatever reason, and then what motivated you to say, you know what, I have to get back on this path?
Well, first I knew I wanted to be a college graduate.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to have that, accomplishment. I wanted my kids to see that. Actually, when I totally finished, because I went back and then I had to stop again. And so when I totally went back, my son was 8 and my daughter was in my belly when I actually finished my last. So I finished up the last class and everything.
Oh, wow.
I literally graduated from TCNJ month before I had it was crazy. I almost didn't make my graduation because I was in the hospital.
What?
I had
that's awesome.
I had a extremely high risk pregnancy. I was admitted to the hospital several times, and I was in the hospital. I told the people in the hospital, I said, listen, I'm leaving.
She said, listen.
I said, listen, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm going to go graduate, and I'll come back if y'all need me, but I'm going to go graduate.
Okay.
Because this baby in these classes almost killed me. I'm about to get this degree.
I know that's
I'm walking across somebody's little stage or something. But so I think it was even more special to have my son there and to see me graduate. I remember when we were leaving the campus, because I was big and I was just going to go eat and then going home afterwards. Right. But he was yelling out the window like, "My mommy graduated!" Like, he was so happy for me. And we can look back at pictures and see him next to me, and the little one is in my belly, so we was all graduating together. Right. I think when I stopped school, the hardest thing really was people constantly asking me, "When are you going back? When are you going back?" I was just like, leave me alone, I'm going back. Like, it was like, I know I gotta go back. If it was this simple, I would just go ahead and go back. Right. Right. That was probably the hardest thing. And then when I ended up going back, I was working full time. I was teaching. I was a pre-K school teacher. I think I was working part time at Bed Bath & Beyond. And then I found out I was pregnant with the little girl.
Girl was doing it.
So
girl was doing it.
It was a lot going on. And I was like, I'm in school.
Right.
I had 3 classes to finish up. So I was considered a full-time student. Right. And I was like, then the little girl was trying to kill me. So it was a it was crazy. Pregnancy. It was a crazy pregnancy. Like, seriously, there was a lot going on with the pregnancy. So I was like, I gotta do this. It was a lot. Yeah. I ended up stopping working at Bed Bath & Beyond because it was so much going on, especially with the pregnancy and all that. But I was still working full time. I was just taking long lunch breaks to go to classes. And then going to class at night to finish up. Yeah. Like I said, I was admitted into the hospital 3 times while I was pregnant. Wow.
Your story seems like one of full determination, one that I can totally identify with, even though this is not about me. So I'm gonna keep it on you. But
bring you in it.
But I can totally identify with, because when you're determined, listen, there's nothing stopping you. I don't care. My body is not even stopping me. And in this story, you my own body is not. It was a mind over body, right? It was mind over I'm going to get this thing. Yeah. And no matter what it takes, right? So I see a lot of I was an educator. I am an educator, and a lot of my students will have all these complaints. I had to do this. I had to do that. I had to do that. I sit there and say, you don't know what I've been through. So I had to do this, this, and that, and still get to school. Yes. And so I love your story of determination of, I had a son, yes. I'm pregnant, yes. I have high risk pregnancy, yes. I'm in college full time, yes. I'm a teacher full time, yes. I'm a part time, and I'm a girl or a wife or whatever you was at the time.
Yeah, but still, yes. Exactly.
I'm all of that, and I'm still determined. I love that story of determination. Where did you think that story of determination comes from, Jasmin?
I think in hindsight now,
yeah,
I think obviously God is just big God. He be doing his thing.
Big God.
I probably didn't fully realize that now. Like back then. And then I also think just throughout my whole life, I had to have a sense of resilience, like self-determination.
Yeah.
I feel like I've always been like self-motivated.
Yeah.
Even like from young, like I don't feel like I never really needed my parents to stay on me to do my schoolwork. Like I just did stuff.
Yeah.
I really don't even know why. I always was like that. I was always just to go get it by myself. Like I remember when I was in high school, I do want to shout out the PUP program that I was in, but like my whole college process and college, I did that by myself and with the help of PUP. Wow. Like I just was like, Mom, just sign this paper, or I signed her name. Like seriously, and then I told her like I'm going to this school. I just did stuff. Right, I don't know why. Right. I just felt like I know I wanted to do this, and I know I had to do it. I guess in my mind I felt like wasn't nobody else going to do it, so right. I just have to do it myself.
How do you think that translate into how you teach students? Because I know
Go ahead. And I've always felt like this. I think that if you teach them, they'll learn. Mm-hmm. I think that, this is me. I look at a lot of the milestones and different things that they had that they should be hitting, and in my mind, I feel like, they can do more. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you expose them to certain things, right, and we don't limit them, it's no limit to what they can learn and what they can do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And not to say everyone is going to hit it at this point or whatever, but I feel like I probably would have never known that I could go to work full time, grow a baby, go to school full time, and do all of that had I not had to do it. And right. I feel like if a lot of these little kids, they're not going to know if they can write their name at 3 years old if you're not showing them to do it. Mm-hmm. Where a lot of things are saying that they shouldn't be doing that yet. Right. Right. So I feel like just exposing them to it, like they're not going to know if they can know their shapes and colors at 1 year old if a lot of these things are saying that they're not supposed to be doing that yet. Wow. So show them, right. Let them do it, see what they can do, see where they fall at, Yeah.
And so that's that determination. Are you putting pencils in the baby's hands and like, what are you doing? Tell us what you're doing to that.
It's very individualized. Okay. So you obviously got to learn your kids. Yeah. You got to know kind of how far you can push them. So you might have a 2-year-old that you can start, or 2.5-year-olds is when I kind of start doing it, that you can start having them trace a straight line. Mm. But then you might have one where you just letting them scribble and do it. Right. You got to know where they at, but don't just not do it. Right. My 1-year-old, the youngest 1-year-old, and I know she thinks she could do the stuff that 2-year-olds can do, and we sorting things into colors, right? We sorting, and she ready to come to the table too. Now I know when she get to this table, she about to just throw the stuff everywhere, but she want to come to the table. She about to come to the table, and we gonna try and see what she can do. I love it. And she might respond and repeat me and say some of the colors, but she see what's going on now. She understands this one-on-one teaching now, and yes, we do free play and all that, but she's starting to get this, intentional learning type of thing down. Right. Like I feel like that. I'm all for the learning through play, but I'm also some intentional teaching stuff too. You know? Right. What ages is your school? So my daycare, I can have infant to 5-year-olds. Okay. So each year is gonna vary depending on who's enrolled and who stay and who move on. Mm-hmm. Right now I have 4. Okay. I have 2 1-year-olds and I have twin 2-year-olds. Wow. Oh my God. Yes. And all girls. For some reason, again, I ended up with all girls this year. It was another year I had all girls. So right. I'm all girls school again this year. Wow. That's awesome. Yep.
That is so awesome, Jasmine. I have a friend who was in education. She was a principal, and she now has her own daycare as well.
Okay.
And she was telling me how she has students like her son was reading by 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how?
Certain kids, they can. That's what I mean. Like, you just never know. Like, introduce it and then see how it goes. You never know how it might go.
And you're faith based.
So I told you I started Blossoming Babies. Those was that 2017.
Right.
This September I actually rebranded.
Okay.
Into being Blossoming Babies Faith and Learning Daycare. So we originally was not faith based.
Okay.
But now I've recently
What made you do that?
So I was thinking about it a lot. I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna do it going back and forth. But then it was like the confirmation that I needed. I was like, I'm really gonna do this. Like, I think this is what I really am supposed to do. Was and I had some people say like, oh well, don't you think that some people might not sign their kids up and whatever. I'm like, well, then they ain't supposed to be at the daycare then. I mean,
that's on that.
I don't know, but I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But my church actually, shout out to Transformation Church.
Okay, shout out.
But my church actually hosted a silent retreat for the leaders. Okay. At the church, and I went to the silent retreat. And when I tell you God spoke to me, it was so crazy because our facilitators, and it was Danny, I think. Danny and Diane Wig, they were the facilitators. And they warned us that, like, you get here, your mind is going to wander. You're going to want to do this. They warned us, have grace for yourself because you're going to feel like you're doing it wrong or whatever. Like, we had to go here and be silent for hours.
Oh, I want to go.
You should go. I recommend for everybody to go do a silent retreat. Really? Seriously. It's so good. It's so good. But... so that's what was going on. Like, it was like, I couldn't get on track. I wanted to look at my phone and see what time it was, Yeah. But then, out of nowhere, God just spoke through the butterflies. And it was just so... when I tell you, it was mind-blowing.
Look at my smile.
Listen, I was crying. I was like, it was a lot. I was like... so I ended up seeing a butterfly. And then I just heard God saying, like, that's you. You were always supposed to be that. Even though you started off as a caterpillar and you had to go in the cocoon in the dark places, you were always meant to be a butterfly and to fly. Wow. And then just like these butterflies, because the butterflies were over, it was like a lot of butterflies. I had never seen all these butterflies in one space like that, other than like on TV, right? Just like these butterflies are on these flowers and they are cross-pollinating and spreading flower to flower. You are supposed to be spreading. Wow. You are supposed, and I'm like, okay. And I just think the way I'm supposed to be spreading it is through my kids and when I interact with the parents. Wow. I think that's just one facet of it, of how I'm supposed to, spread it, spread the word. I love it. So I was like, yep, I'm doing it. Right. I was thinking of the names, Blossoming Babies. Yeah. Because I still wanted to keep Blossoming Babies. And the reason why, I guess I'll tell you why I came up with the name Blossoming Babies, was because of my name, Jasmine, which is a flower. And my daughter's name is Iris, and we're flowers. So, okay. I wanted to, have some type of name with, flowers. And blossoming. So that's how I originally came up with the name Blossoming Babies. And I really didn't want to change that part of it. So I kept it Blossoming Babies Faith and Learning Daycare.
Oh man, yep. I love it. It is something. I love education. I'm an educator. Like, I live, breathe, and all of it, right? But when God pulls himself into education, he's like, I'm the original educator. Now let me be a part of your thing, right? Exactly. And so he brings himself into the moment. It just releases us from the duty of education. And now we have a partner where we're like, okay, God, this is our thing. Exactly. It's no longer Jasmine's. It's no longer Carmela. It's no longer any of that. It's okay, God. It's us. And so we doing this. So how we doing it?
How we doing it?
How we doing it? And he just shows up so much and really shows out. And I'm excited about the future of Blossoming Babies and where God is going to take that in you. If you had to think of a woman in the Bible, because you go to Transformation, so you know the word. If you had to think, not a woman, a person in the Bible, Not a woman. They don't have. It can be
Already got
anybody.
the answer.
Okay.
Because our pastor and our first lady just asked the leaders this.
Really?
Yes.
And but wait, hold on. And who is modeling you in education? Who would it be?
I would still say this. They said, they asked us, who would you be? But I would still say, my answer, I would say, would be Sarah.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why I said Sarah.
Abraham's wife?
Yes.
Okay.
And I said this to them is because we always think of Abraham as the father of many nations, but Sarah was the mother of many nations. I feel like I'm a mother to many.
Okay.
I always got the kids.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I wanted to have 10 kids.
Yeah.
You
see my face?
I did. When I was younger, I wanted to give birth to 5 and adopt 5. I always wanted to adopt.
Wow.
I still want to adopt, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But I wanted to adopt.
Yeah.
But even my daycare kids are my babies.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think I'm a mother to many, just like Sarah. And you are a mother, like you, especially when you got the little babies. They don't necessarily know how to say, not all when they're young, they don't know how to say Miss Jasmin yet. So you're going to get a mama sometimes. Or they might forget that you're the teacher. They're going to call you mama. Right. Later on this evening, I'm about to have all my little kids with me. We go into the thing that Beauty to the Block is hosting, like Prince University. I'm going to have about 6 kids with me. So I think I'm just a mother to many. Even and a mother is your first teacher.
Yeah.
Mother is your first teacher.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm going to say Sarah. I'm going to stick to Sarah.
I love it. That's awesome. So you're the first that said Sarah, and so I'm blending.
You didn't forget about Sarah.
I'm blending education and Sarah, but I see how you you're the teacher. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's so awesome for you. And the children that you are raising, the kids that you are raising. If you had to leave a lasting encouragement or word, because our conversation was rich. And I feel like at every conversation that I have with people, I'm always like, I don't want it to end because it's just so good.
Are we done already?
Yeah. So wait, before I have you leave that information, I do want you to tell people how they can get in contact you. Are you enrolling? Where's your location? All of the things.
Oh, that's a lot. Am I talking here now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So you can follow us on Facebook, Blossoming Babies Faith and Learning Daycare. We are located in Ewing, New Jersey. Currently, I have 1 open spot for a 1-year-old or 2-year-old. On the Facebook, you can get all of my information. To contact me, you can also contact me through the Facebook message. I answer that pretty regularly.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. That's what I said. I only got 1. Listen.
Well, come
on, wait. First of all, don't minimize it, okay?
No,
because that's a blessing.
No. It's totally a blessing because probably since my first year being open, I've always been full. With New Jersey and a home daycare, you can only have 5 kids in home. So I have 4, and so I'm only open to 1 more spot. And it will have to be a 1 or 2-year-old just to keep the age similar. And 1 or 2-year-old guys.
Wow.
But email me, hit me up on Facebook, or just like and follow our Facebook page, and you can see all the fun things and cool things that I do with the little people.
Yeah, and get inspired because we have probably daycare people who interested in retiring from education but wanting to do the daycare piece. And like, what are some ideas? I know for me as an educator, I always go. I don't know. Do you do TikTok?
I look on TikTok. I don't do my daycare stuff on TikTok, but yeah.
I go on TikTok because a lot of educators put up what they do.
Yes, I see that.
And it's so inspiring.
Yep.
It's so like, I can grab this from this person. I can grab this.
Yep.
And you blend it and you make it your own in the field of education. So make sure you follow Jasmin because you never know how you are going to be inspired and what you can do with your babies, you know? And also make sure that you show her some love too, okay, in them comments. But anyway, if you had to speak to someone today, some words of encouragement, something to say, for me, I felt like our conversation was determination, right? I felt like our conversation was beautiful. And like you said, the blossom and it was just so an amazing journey of how Jasmin came to be who she is today. So if you had any lasting words, what would you say to your audience?
Definitely would say God is intentional. And even though you might not see it right now, there's a reason for whatever it is that's happening. Lean more into God, for sure. Our worship, our praise, our prayers, that's what's going to get us closer to him. And closer to him is better than any other thing. There's no other way but his way. Even though you might have to take some detours, you might have to hit some potholes, keep coming back to him. Because when you look back at it, like I'm looking back at it now, I know everything was intentional. He's going to turn everything around for your good. It is his plan that we will prosper. So everything's going to work out for your good. And I believe that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, man. And thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story of hope, determination, strength with our audience. I know that when the people watch this, someone will be blessed by your story.
I hope so.
And she love her church, as y'all can see.
Yes.
She like shouted her church out.
Transformation Church.
Her church better like, comment, follow, and leave all kind of comments for Jasmin, because the way that girl talk about y'all. No, I love them too. And thank you guys so much for watching this episode of GraceFully Educated. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And like I said, drop a comment for Jasmin. Let her know how she inspired you, what she said that helped change your story or your mindset. And until next time, I know that this episode helped you learn with faith, wisdom, and we definitely learned with grace. Have an amazing day and week on purpose. Bye.